Well, is it do or die time for the housing market? Summer's typically the high season, but April numbers, they're not encouraging. Existing home sales, which make up about 85% of the market, dropping in April. Median prices down also slightly. And inventories, that's important, are at a 15-year high. They can't sell them. So if things don't pick up in the summer months, will real trouble follow? Let's ask our business all-stars, Peter Schiff, Scott Blyer, Tracy Burns, and Gary Kupbaum. Let's start with Peter. He is president of Euro-Pacific Capital, author of Crash Proof. So, Peter, do or die this summer, huh?
Well, housing market has already died, and the only thing left for prices to do is collapse. You know, you had prices bid up to these crazy levels based on a combination of speculative buyers, creative financing, lax lending standards. All that is gone. You've got a lot of people in homes they can't afford. You've got speculators who own homes that they don't want. They have negative cash flow. You're going to have a glut of houses on the market and no buyers.
But, Tracy, when I think of dying, a market bubble bursting or something, it sounds a lot worse than what we see going on right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's bad, but it's not catastrophic. And it's also going to be a buying opportunity for a lot of people. You know, keep in mind, the banks have learned their lessons. So now they're not giving out loans to anyone with a pulse. You're going to need to actually prove you have income to get a mortgage these days.
And you're smart enough you can figure out what it means later on.
To pay the bill every month. Exactly.
A record number of people already own homes. Who's going to buy? And how are they going to qualify for a mortgage?
And you also always have people who want to move in time for school, no matter what this time of year.
What about that? Who is going to buy right now?
Listen, this is a great time to buy a house. You've got a buyer's market, you've got lots of selection, and everybody is waiting for prices to collapse. But instead, they're not.
Right.
Good houses in good areas are not going down in price, and this is the time. Sell your stocks that have been up for the last 12 months and buy a house.
But, Gary, if it's such a good time, Gary, to buy houses, why do we have this huge inventory that's not moving?
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with my good buddy Scott at this point in time. Look, housing topped out 20 months ago, and in my studies of cycles, usually takes years. And if there's any one number you have to be looking at here, inventories rose 37% year over year to 4.2 million unsold homes. That is going to weigh on the whole business for quite a while.
Is that what worries you most, is looking at this big inventory that exists?
Yeah. For anybody holding on to a house that they can't unload, call up Scott. Apparently he's willing to buy.
Listen.
You can't look at this on a national basis. You got to look at a regional by regional basis. Sure, some areas are much worse off than others.
Yeah, like the entire West Coast and the entire
East
East Coast.
But actually, others are seeing price increases. There are places to buy.
People, by the way, are still selling in Manhattan.
Exactly.
This is normalizing of the marketplace.
Normalizing.
All those speculative excesses are gone, and now this is what housing is supposed to be.
Peter,
it's supposed to be a buyer's market.
Look, you haven't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning. You know, you remember when the NASDAQ was at 5,000 and it went down to 4,000?
Not happening.
It is going to happen. Housing
Especially
prices
where
are
you
collapse.
live, it's not happening.
It's not
No way.
All right,
This is the season where we'll find out,
wait.
folks. We got to leave it at that. Thanks to all of you. Coming up.